Hey everyone, it's Rob with Passport to the Parks, and today is Thursday, January the 23rd, and I am here at, there it is behind me, I'm here at Epcot. Going to check out what's happening in Future World. A lot is happening in Future World, a lot is happening all over Epcot, but especially in Future World, they're doing all kinds of renovations, a new space restaurant, new Guardians of the Galaxy, all kinds of new attractions and stuff happening up front. So I always like to go around every once in a while and just do a live stream, kind of walk through and see what's going on, see what things look like, see where the construction walls are, and just have a nice conversation with everybody going through and get everybody's input on what they think about all the changes at Epcot and, you know, just that kind of fun stuff. So with that being said, I'm going to turn you around and I'm going to say hello to a lot of people because that's always fun to do. Let me get you a nice shot here of what's going on. This is the front entrance. There's Spaceship Earth. And there's a lot of construction walls. The whole front entrance is pretty much chopped off right now. You just have this little corridor that you walk over to the left. There's a monorail going by. That's always fun to see. But they just basically have this little corridor that you walk over to the left. Pretty much all in front of Spaceship Earth is fenced off right now, and they are doing construction in there. This is where all of the new greenery and fountains and things, and it's going to be really pretty up here. So really looking forward to what they're going to do. But it's pretty well zoned off right now. They pulled all the pillars out. That was sort of phase one, and now they're probably just doing all of the general construction in there. They're going to, you know, put whatever beautiful plants and trees and fountains and water and all kinds of cool stuff that's going to go in there. So cannot wait for that to happen. But let's see who's on here right now. Zippity Doodad, always great to have you here, my friend. Thank you. Mickey Sightings, welcome. Charles, good to see you. G. Wilson, thank you for being here. Leanne, thank you so much for being here. Who else? Resort Budgeting, hey Rob, glad to see you. It's been a little bit, got a meeting close to 1 p.m. Well, hopefully you can stick around for a little bit here. Melissa Gray, great to have you here. Liam, always great to have you here, my friend. Daryl, hey, what's up? Rational Pragmatist, thank you so much. $2 super chat already. Have a great day. A great Disney day. I will. Thank you so very much. Very generous, as always. Chad C., good morning. Well, it's good afternoon now, I guess. They still have the picture spot set up here, so always very popular to get your picture in front of Spaceship Earth. And no worries, the photographers are always great here, so you don't have to worry about construction walls and stuff. They set up the cameras really nice, so you just get a nice shot of you in Spaceship Earth. They work around the construction usually, or you may want some of those construction walls in here. I mean, it's part of Disney history. I mean, when you come to the parks, sometimes, yeah, it can be a little overwhelming. Sometimes you got to zig and zag here, but it's very cool to watch construction. I always loved watching buildings going up, you know, trying to figure out what they're doing on the other side of that wall, or, you know, how it's going to look. So it's always fun to do that. I think it's just part of the general history of Disney that you get to witness. Hence why the Skyliner was so cool to me. I just thought that was the coolest thing to follow, and it was definitely worth it in the end. So I truly love the new artwork up here. I love the new Epcot logo. The world awaits. I love how it's that old retro sort of 1980s really feel and vibe. The colors, the bright sort of pastel colors and stuff that they used to go with.
You're gonna have a lot of people in your background.
John Marsh, welcome. Eventually Classy, welcome back. It's good to see you doing your thing again. Absolutely, always fun to be back with you guys. Definitely one of my favorite things to do is to interact with you guys. I always miss when I don't get to talk to you guys for a while. See Liam saying at Hollywood Studios Tier 1 Fast Passes are Millennium Falcon, Smuggler's Run, and Slinky Dog Dash, and everything else is Tier 2 starting February 19th. Now what I haven't checked is, I don't believe that Rise of Resistance is even a Fast Pass option, is what I'm assuming. I haven't looked, but I'm assuming that it's not. You still have to do the boarding pass, which is separate from the Fast Passes, so you basically have to get there, you know, 7 a.m., get in the park and just get your boarding pass. Always good to meet Pluto over there. Really cool backdrop as well. They got the cool Spaceship Earth backdrop. Wow, this is all fenced off too. I didn't realize that you would not be able to walk around to the left here. This is usually the way I go to get around over to Mission Space and Guardians of the Galaxy and things. But they have walled this off as well. So obviously this is probably something to do with Spaceship Earth. More of the renovations over here, maybe pathways, maybe more greenery, those kind of things. But you're really going to meet a lot of construction when you come to Epcot now. All for good reasons, though. You know, it's going to be good in the end. A huge, huge change. All kinds of cool stuff coming here to Epcot. So looking forward to it, but something that you should just be aware of when you get here. You know, if you're planning a trip within the next year, 2 years, you're really going to be met with a lot of this, you know, adversity coming in. 50-minute wait time for Spaceship Earth. Huge lines out front here. It doesn't even seem that crowded in the park. The parking lot was not that crowded, but yeah, some pretty heavy wait times for Spaceship Earth. Hiking elevated. Any idea when 2021 Tron will open, do you think? I heard early April or May. Yeah, I don't think they've narrowed it down to an actual date yet. 2021 definitely. That was one of the ones that was definitely going to open for the 50th anniversary. So you know they'll probably get April or May. Probably sounds about right. They'll want to get it open and get it running. You know, they don't want to open it right before the 50th anniversary and have anything, you know, major going on with it. So I'm sure they want to get a lot of those bugs worked out. More construction malls over around Innovations West here.
Now, I don't...
All those pastel neon colors kind of wrapping all around. Restrooms are still open here over to the right, so that's a good thing.
You know what? The kids in the next couple of years.
It's a funny picture over there. She's trying to hold Spaceship Earth. I don't know if you caught that or not. Thea Amazing. Rob, thanks for your videos. I was navigating the Skyliner like a pro. I was even answering everyone else's questions. That is awesome. That really makes me feel good. Thank you for telling me that. Glad all those videos helped along the way. They got Goofy out here. Your spot is closed down, obviously. They've closed down all of Innovations over here. So Goofy is out here. I think there's just random spots that you'll be able to meet characters throughout the park now. So that's something you'll just have to determine when you get here. I don't know if they move them at different times. Let me try to get out of everybody's path here while I talk. A little more congested coming in and out because everybody is coming now through the same direction. You can't wrap yourself around Spaceship Earth in both directions anymore. So all of the traffic is just kind of bottlenecking right through this corridor right here. Oh, they've actually closed down the Art of Disney as well. Wow, that makes me sad. I didn't realize they were doing that. That was one of my favorite stores. All the beautiful Disney artwork and statues, characters, all that stuff in there. Disney DVC family, welcome. Yes, it is a little warmer today. We had a major cold front come through here. It literally dropped down to the 30s overnight. It was in the 40s and 50s during the day. Extremely cold. 30 is cold no matter where you're from. And we've had the heat on in the house, and my wife and my daughter have been wrapped up in like stocking caps and scarves and everything. I mean, it's not that horribly cold for me, but it was pretty cold. It warmed up just a little bit today. Kind of overcast, kind of gray. It's supposed to get maybe some showers here and there. But it's supposed to warm up it's about in the 60s right now. It's supposed to be like that over the next couple days. Then over the weekend, it's supposed to drop down and get cold again. So again, everything is walled off here. Looks like they do have the corridor open to get over to the Land, Soarin', Figment. All of that is still open, which is good. So this is normally where you would come around Spaceship Earth on this side, but this is blocked off now, and people are just coming out of Spaceship Earth That's the exit over there. Myers and the Mouse, hello. David Freemeyer, Art of Disney moved to the America Pavilion, I believe. Okay, cool. I did not know that. But that's good to know. At least they have a lot of that artwork still here. Festival of the Arts is actually going on right now, so not really going to get into World Showcase today. Just wanted to concentrate on Future World. Just kind of see, this is where most of the construction is happening. Obviously you have Ratatouille back there, but that's really out of general sight. And you have whatever's going to happen with Mary Poppins. I'm not sure if they've started anything back there, but I'll do a walk around the World Showcase at a different time, kind of check out the Festival of the Arts and all that stuff. Yeah, but the fountain is has been tore out of here. This is all going to be brand new through here. This is all going to be redone. All of this is going to be redone. You know, I'm sure all the old purple and blue Epcot is going to be pulled out of here. The new color schemes, more of the retro color schemes, are probably going to be brought back in. So we'll make our way over here. Mission Space and Test Track. We'll check out the Guardians of the Galaxy, see what it looks like out front. If they've done anything major there. Check out the Space Restaurant. Brandon with WWE Lent. A lot of stuff at Epcot. A lot going on at Epcot, all kinds of construction. See Festival of the Arts this way to collect your pass holder magnets, the 17th through the 24th. Even Mouse Gears is closed down. This is all going to get renovated on the inside. Electric Umbrella is still open. Mr. Cruise Fever, welcome. John Marsh, I could listen to that music all day. Yeah, the last time I actually came through to do my last update through here, the music was not going. And I was a little bummed. I was like, man, I hope they're not pulling the music completely out of here. But it's back now.
Thank you very much.
It'll be interesting to see if they change the music overall once they redo the entire front of Epcot, because that music has been such a staple when you come in here. It's just so beautiful. Puts you right into that Epcot mood. This is cool. There's some human statues over here just scared some lady to death. I don't know if you heard her scream. I honestly thought the gray one over there was actually a real statue when I started walking up. This one's kind of obvious, the gold, but the gray one really looked real when you first walked up here. Get a couple pictures. Living statues are always fun. Look, he's got a smile on his face. He can't even stop not smiling sometimes. Messing with these little kids. That's pretty funny. Really no water spraying today. It's a little chilly. Like I said, it's only in the 60s. A little bit of a breeze today, so they're not going to get all kinds of little kids soaking wet. I'm not quite sure what we'll be able to see here. It looks like it's fenced a little further out. I'm actually starting to feel some raindrops on me, which is a bummer. Hopefully we're not going to get too much rain. Yeah, still looks pretty similar. They're not taking away the overall design of that angled front. I believe it's going to look fairly similar to what it was, and then it's just basically going to come down into the Guardians of the Galaxy symbol. I don't even know what it is. It's like a kind of a statuette that's out front, sort of a futuristic star-looking thing from what I can remember. But overall, it's going to look fairly similar to what the Universe of Energy facade used to look like. They've taken all the solar panels off the front, but the angle and everything looks like it's going to remain the same, which is pretty cool. Can't even see the building from where we're standing now. The huge Guardians of the Galaxy building. It's back there, but it really does blend in pretty well. Get a picture of the monorail. So you can see behind the Wonders of Life Pavilion, you can see just a little bit of the blue building back there. And we're on a pretty overcast day, so it's kind of gray and cloudy, and it actually blends in better to overcast days than I think it does during a normal sunny day. So that's kind of cool. Doesn't look like anything on the fence. They don't have anything Guardians of the Galaxy coming or anything out front. Maybe it does on the other side. We'll take a walk over by the Wonders of Life Pavilion as well. Robert Gavin, love it even on a cloudy day. Yeah, you can't beat Disney, rain or shine. You know, Disney is Disney, and it's just incredible. Oh, he's got dolphins behind him here. I didn't even see those standing in front of him. I honestly thought we were going to get a little bit of snow the other night when it dropped down into the 30s. We had frost warnings and everything, but it was just extremely cold. Not enough moisture, I guess, to get any sort of frost or snow. But definitely keep that in mind. January is truly a very cold month in Florida. So you can get some pretty cold temperatures. You know, if you're willing to come down here. I know a lot of people from up north, they come down and they jump in the pool, they don't care. Again, I'm from Ohio, so I'm used to that, but after living here almost 6 years now, you truly adapt to the Florida climate, and you know, it gets into the 40s, it really feels cold. Even the 50s with a breeze really feels cold. I walk my dogs in the morning and we're all freezing by the time we get back in, especially when the wind starts whipping around. Not much happening with Mission Space. This is all pretty much going to remain the same. They took away my Horizons. Please bring back Horizons somewhere in any shape or form. I would love that so much. So this truly is all blocked off now. You used to be able to walk pretty close up to the entrance of the Wonders of Life Pavilion. Well, now future Play Pavilion. This is what this is going to be now. Wonders of Life is becoming the new Play Pavilion, which is going to have a bunch of interactive stuff going on in there. Yeah, pretty much nothing on the front here. Nothing about Guardians of the Galaxy. Just your Dream Builder signs. You can kind of see over the top there a little bit. Been amazing. I flew from Chicago on Monday. I wore extra layers, took them off on the plane, and put all the layers back on in Orlando. Yeah, it was crazy. It really got cold here. Care at, bring back Horizons. Hashtag New Horizons. New Horizons, hashtag if we can dream it. I am with those hashtags. I would love some sort of a version of Horizons. I just thought that was the most fantastic ride that Disney has had. Rise of the Resistance is an awesome experience overall, but Horizons, just the nostalgic value of it for what it was just such an incredible experience, and I love it so much, and I really truly miss it, and I think a lot of people do. World of Motion as well. Test Track was a great replacement for World of Motion, I will admit, but World of Motion was a lot of fun as well. It's just that old Disney vibe, that old sort of dark ride feel, the Omni Mover. That's just the stuff that I really love about Disney. Oh, Test Track. This attraction is currently closed for refurbishment. I didn't realize that. I'm not quite sure. Maybe you guys know how long it's supposed to be closed for refurb. Fido Montoya. I loved Horizons back in the day, and I can understand why they wouldn't bring it back, but they have no excuse for not bringing back the Imagination to its former glory. I do agree with that. They can truly do a complete makeover over at the Imagination Pavilion and really bring back a lot of the history of that, you know, to its former glory. It doesn't have to be exactly like it was, but it definitely needs some updating and some changes from what it is now. Hey, squirrel. Gotta watch out for those Disney squirrels. They will rob you blind. All right, I'm not going to get too close to the Space Restaurant because I get pretty choppy for some reason when I go in there. Hopefully my signal is holding up pretty well right now. Wishes Forever. Absolutely loved Horizons and rides similar to the classic feel. Would love to have some of those back. I'm with you on that. I love old school Disney. I'm an Omni Mover kind of person, dark ride kind of person. I love all that. You know, it doesn't have to be a flashy ride. It doesn't have to do all that. It just takes you in it and it makes you feel, you know, it pulls you into that whole storyline. You know, the Peter Pan, Haunted Mansion, Pirates of the Caribbean, the characters inside is what Disney is all about. That's what I really love, is how characters and scenery and things pull you into the, you know, to the ride itself. So the Space Restaurant has been delayed. From what I've heard, it's supposed to be now February of this year. It was supposed to open in December of last year. Now I don't know how true this is or not, but from what I've read, the head chef, I guess, the executive chef, sort of backed out, so they had to go through a whole new process of getting a new chef and employees and things like that. So not quite sure if that's exactly what happened, but that's just what I've heard. But February 2020 is when it's supposed to open. This is Space 220. This is where you launch up into space, up into like the space station, 220 miles up into space, and you just have beautiful views of, you know, the stars and astronauts flying by, and it's a huge screen that wraps all the way around, and it's just supposed to engulf you into that whole space feel, which is pretty cool. This is a cool picture here. So we're going to walk around here a little bit and keep moving.
All the way around.
Bethany, hello. Happy Thursday to you as well. Gail Gallagher, hey, from Long Island. 7 days to Disney. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hello. Do you know how long Test Track's supposed to be down for? 6 weeks? Just general refurb, or? Yeah, okay. Thank you. All right, another 6 weeks for Test Track. That's not too bad. Just must be doing some general refurb, probably cleaning on the inside, those kind of things. But it's kind of nice to walk by here and actually have a conversation where you don't have the cars flying by. They're so loud when they go by, which is cool. You know exactly where you're at when they're going by, but when you're trying to have a conversation, it's a little rough sometimes. Street cred, my husband applied for a couple chef positions there. Wow. I hope that he comes through with that. That would be awesome. I would love to know a Disney chef. just love to know chefs in general, because, you know, if you can cook, that's a great thing. I try to do some cooking, but nowhere near any kind of a chef level. It's like the Cool Wash is open where you can get your beverages, but everything else around Mouse Gear is closed off. Just more construction. Construction. So basically all you have is Mission Space open here right now. On the other side, I'm not sure what's closed down or not. You should have Soaring, you should have the Living Seas, and you should have the Imagination Pavilion. I'm assuming they're all open. But maybe a little rough going coming to Epcot right now if you really are looking for a certain park to come into. Epcot may not be top of the list right now just because of all the construction. Always a pretty view here. Charles, I was never a huge fan of Horizons. Always felt dated to me. Well, back in the day, it wasn't dated. You know, it's funny because you go back and you remember the ride, or you watch old video of the ride, and a lot of the stuff we're actually kind of living in now. And even like the old end scenes from Spaceship Earth with the video conferencing and all the automated stuff that they had is really like the age we're living in now. So they kind of nailed a lot of it. You know, the old ride, if it were to sit today, would feel very dated, but just the concept of it, and again, it's that whole, it's just something you have to know and experience when you go through it. You know, it's just the music and just even the old sound of the voices, the character voices, and the smells and the sounds. It's just something about that old feeling of Disney that just really kind of puts you back in that moment. I don't know if it's just something crazy that I think about, but I think even the way they did old character voices and stuff is a lot different from what they did now. You know, you hear a lot of the old style voices, like I just blanked out here. It's one of my favorite attractions over at Magic Kingdom too. We'll watch the monorail while my brain tries to kick in here. Oh, Carousel of Progress. His voices you're going through, I love that. Haunted Mansion, it's a very classic voice, classic Disney voice. All the voices in Pirates of the Caribbean, you know that's like old school Disney. You know that's, you know, how Disney used to sound and used to feel. Not that the new stuff isn't awesome, but you know, it's just kind of hard to accept some of the things when you've been coming here for so long. It's just a personal preference thing. The Bomo, the Swedish chef, I can't spit that out, is a Muppet character that appeared on The Muppet Show. He was originally performed by Jim Henson and Frank Oz simultaneously, with Henson performing the head and the voice of Oz, and Oz performing. Wow, I didn't realize that two people did that. That was pretty cool. G. Wilson, could listen to Test Track going by all day. You love it. Yeah, like I said, it's definitely one of those things that puts you in the moment. You know exactly where you're at when you hear those cars going by. G. Wilson, the monorail voice, that's another good one. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas. I mean, that's just classic stuff that you know it. You've heard it so many times. The Epcot experience, we went through here a little bit the last time. Again, I might get a little choppy when we go through here, so I try not to spend too much time, but we'll take a quick look through it. You can grab some beverages in here. I think you can just get Mickey pretzels, assorted chips, some drinks. So let's take a quick look in here. So this is basically all the stuff that's coming into Epcot.
Experiences have always represented big ideas, from nature to discovery, world culture to the celebration of humanity. It is a place full of wonders. Let's go discover them together. There's a
I love that. Can you imagine having that in your living room?
trail to explore where water is alive and waiting to prey.
The new Moana experience.
It has journeyed around our world since the beginning of time. Born as rain, falling from the clouds, this water travels to our ocean, where sun and waves send it back to the sky to begin the cycle once
Pretty
again.
incredible in here. Definitely worth coming in here and spending about 15 minutes or so you can see all the different new attractions that are coming. Disney definitely knows how to sell a new experience to you for sure. I mean, you just put some posters up, but Disney takes it to another level when they're trying to tell you what's going on here. Because that is really incredible. That's like an attraction in itself in there. All right, we'll make our way around a little bit in front of World Showcase here, and then we'll head over to the other side and just see kind of what's going on. Not as far as a whole lot going on as far as construction over there, but we'll at least see what it looks like, make sure everything's open. I'm not even sure if they've started on the Moana project over there yet or not. Modeling Disney, welcome my friend from cloudy Oregon. It probably is exactly the same as it is here in Oregon right now. It's cool, it's gray, it's misty, it's overcast. In the last couple days, we've literally dropped down into the 30s and 40s. I love the detail that Disney even just puts into just the little outbuildings. You know, just this little building that's here has so much detail in it. Just so you can fit in to the cultures around you and fit into the atmosphere. Disney is always about the details, and I think that's what people truly love most about it. You know, you go to different theme parks. Universal is great, but you know, the level of detail, you know, isn't quite to the Disney level, and nobody really matches the Disney level when it comes to immersive, you know, interactions and details. Cast members, transportation. I mean, Disney has just nailed the transportation market with the buses, the ships, the boats, the monorails, these Disney Skyliner, of course. I mean, where else are you going to go anywhere in the world, if you think about it, that you're going to have a conglomeration of so many different modes of transportation, which really goes back again to Walt Disney's overall vision and dream of what Epcot was supposed to be. You're going to have all these multiple forms of transportation, ways to, you know, take people from point A to point B, from where they live, hence your resort, to where they play, you know, which is obviously the parks.
Welcome to the Epcot International Festival of the Arts.
There's Minnie Mouse.
We invite you to come gather here inside Showcase Plaza for the performance.
So
Or
in
if you prefer,
small ways, you know, it's not Epcot, it's not the experimental prototype city of tomorrow that Walt originally planned for the entire property here.
Of strength and artistic grace that
But they do have a lot of it. I mean, they have, again, all the
imagination.
transportation,
Please
I think, is a
welcome the
huge,
performers
huge
of
benefit that I think Walt Disney would have been in love
Gravity.
with. This is really great through here. Look at that. All those old whimsical characters. Donald Duck is amazing. Donald throwing his tantrum, you can't beat that. I feel like I'm going to get engulfed into the arts back through here if I don't get out of here too quick. This really is pretty amazing to walk around and see all this gorgeous artwork. Of course, Figment is there waiting for you to come in. Wow, this is a pretty shot right here. They've actually tore these buildings down. So Club Cool and Starbucks, that's really all tore down, and now Innoventions is being tore down. You can see the open facade there. Let me zoom in just a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. So look at that, that is all exposed in there now. So this, I believe, is going to be where that 4-level viewing pavilion is going to be, where you're going to have you know, the greenery on the top, that park sort of feeling, where you'll be able to watch the fireworks and everything from up there. It's literally going to be like a green space and like a park setting on top of these 4 tiers as you go up there. So that's really going to be very cool. Let's see here. The Bomo is so artsy. AJC Magic, oh, I skipped you here. Hold on, let me go back to you. Do they have a paint board like they had before? I'm not sure if they do. It would probably be down a little further to my left here. Might be able to see it. I'm going to circle around this way to get over to the other side of Future World here. See, Carrot, oh dang, Alani is spectacular, just oozes Joe Rohde wizardry. Yeah, he had a lot to do with Alani as well. You can always tell when Joe Rohde has his finger in something. He does have a very unique sense and style about him. Animal Kingdom obviously is all Joe Rohde. Alani is really big Joe Rohde. So that's pretty cool that you can actually identify a Disney Imagineer just by the things that he's done. You know, you kind of know, oh, I know that's Joe Rohde. So good for him. That's pretty impressive. Bob Gurr's another one. You know, his finger's been on so much of the, especially Disney transportation throughout the years. Monorail, especially the Omni Mover through the Haunted Mansion. Just a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool engineering stuff that Bob Gurr has been in tune with. I don't see the art wall right here. I believe it used to be right in this area, unless they've relocated one somewhere around. People enjoying some of the food there. Just really tiny little raindrops have been hitting me here and there, so hopefully we'll try to steer clear of some of the weather, get most of this done. They said some scattered showers today, really not that big of a deal. So this building had been under construction for a while, under construction the last time I was through here, and it is restrooms. So they have companion restrooms, male, female, men, women restrooms. Starbucks is over here to the left.
Even more flowers than you see now, and they had a bunch of.
Larry, hey Rob, I think the wall is in Future World. Okay, maybe the paint wall in Future World. We'll see if we spot it anywhere. Really hear some cool music that's been in the background for the Festival of the Arts. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. Lee, the paint wall is on one of the construction walls. Okay, we'll see if we can spot it. I didn't spot it on any of the walls so far that we saw coming in. Unless I completely overlooked it, but we'll see.
There's like 4 couples, and then the girls can go do all the weird stuff.
Now, when you first come on the steps of the moon.
Another wide open shot of Guardians of the Galaxy. So just how that building is starting to look. You can see the launch is right there. So that's where you'll launch into the building, which I believe it's going to be a reverse launch. Anything that has a launch in any fashion is not for me, but a reverse launch absolutely is not for me. But my wife and daughter are going to love it. I'm sure they'll ride it many times, and I'm sure a lot of people will love it. It's just not high on my list. But the monorail is. Always so much fun. Got a little marketplace set up in here with some more artwork. I can really see how they've taken apart Innovations West. Might be a good thumbnail there. Misty rain is starting to get a little more steady. Still pretty good right now. Imagination Pavilion looks to be open for business. Make our way around. I really want to see if they've started anything or they have any walls up for Moana that's supposed to be back here by the land. Well, I think like between the land and the seas. Larry, yeah, Liam said earlier, Smuggler's Run going to Fast Pass starting the 19th of February. Big changes to Disney's Hollywood Studios tiers. So that'll be nice, just trying to make a little bit of room for Rise of the Resistance. Got some really pretty butterflies over on the wall there. Rain's starting to come down just a little bit more steady right now. Hello, how are you? Do you have a bag, just a plastic bag of some sort?
Yeah, you're right. I find where the towel is. No, he said he's got one back. Oh, different color?
Awesome. Thank you. Appreciate it.
You later. This way.
Well, actually, no, because Christian was in the hospital for like 2 or 3 weeks.
So outside of Innovations itself, Innoventions, do I keep saying Innovations? Innoventions. Hang on a second here. Kids chalk art. So you can do chalk art over here. I still don't see anything with the paint wall, unless the butterflies is the paint wall, but I don't think it is. The land looks to be wide open, which means Soarin' is probably open. The seas looks to be open. Nothing with Moana. Now, I thought that they were going to do the Moana attraction somewhere in here, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know if it's going to be somewhere over with Innoventions. Not 100% sure on that one. But somewhere in this general vicinity, I believe, is the Moana experience. Every great advance in science has, can't read this very well, has used from a new audacity of imagination. Interesting. It's kind of hard to read the words.
I don't know where you're going, but
All right, so really not much happening over on the land side over here, or the west side, Future World West. Aside from the construction walls around Innoventions, that's really about everything going on over here. Michael, does Disney provide free ponchos when it rains, or you just need to know how to ask? I've never heard of them giving out free ponchos. They do sell ponchos, they sell umbrellas. As far as them handing them out for free, I've never personally seen that. There might be some way to ask for that. Not 100% sure on that one. Most of the people that come to Disney usually come pretty prepared. If you're a Disney goer, you know, you kind of have your war kit that you bring in with you, your drinks and snacks and rain gear, sun gear, change of clothes, whatever you might need going through the parks here. So always good to come prepared. Some of the things on the inside of Disney can get pretty expensive, so you know, always better to bring your own rain gear, those kind of things, but they do provide things like ponchos and umbrellas that you can purchase. You can see again, all this is walled off here where the fountain used to be. I believe most of it is dug out now. This is where Club Cool and Starbucks used to be. This is all tore down. It's kind of weird just like looking through here. This is all open space now. Looks like they just had a crane come in here and just sort of rip that side off the wall there. Kind of sad to see. I mean, this has been here since the beginning. You know, these buildings. It's gonna be sad to see them go. If indeed they're pulling down the entire building, or they're just going to renovate some of it.
Space.
Smells good through here. Must be the electric umbrella that I'm smelling. Must have the grill fired up in there, cooking some good stuff. I always love the electric umbrella. It's one of my favorite places to eat. Oh, that's pretty. They got the Mickey Mouse done up in really pretty flowers there. A lot of purple, yellow, white, orange. That looks really cool. Dave, do you think early April will be a better time to visit Epcot? As far as what's going to be definitely open, the Space Restaurant should be open by April. Guardians, not, I believe, fall of 2021. Or I'm sorry, is it fall of 2021 or spring? Guardians is definitely not going to be open. Most of the stuff that they're working on is probably not going to be open by April, except for the Space Restaurant. The test track should be back open by then. They said 6 weeks. But most of your construction is definitely still going to be going on in April. As far as weather is concerned, it might be a little warmer for you. You're probably going to see more spring showers in April. It gets a little wetter through the spring months. As I'm standing in January and it's, you know, about to rain, but I really don't get a whole lot of precipitation through the winter months. Larry, Rob, did they bypass the entrance open to the right spaces of Spaceship Earth behind the restrooms when entering the park? Yes. If you go back to the beginning of the video, as soon as you enter the park now, you have to go directly to your left. Everything pretty much in front of Spaceship Earth and to the right is blocked off now. It's all fenced off. So they have one corridor. In fact, we'll walk back that way. That's open in the front. There is no access as you're walking towards Spaceship Earth to the left. It's all walled off. We'll look at that as well. The people that you see coming from this direction over here is just exiting Spaceship Earth. So this is all blocked off over here, all fenced off. So everybody right now is being directed through this one corridor, you know, kind of back and forth here. So it's some busier peak hours. Might get a little congested through here. When I walked in, it was just a little congested, but right now it doesn't look too bad at all. Everybody always finding their favorite wall at any Disney park to get their Instagram pictures. It's funny how Disney has started creating more areas, more backdrops for you to get some really cool selfies and really nice pictures. So Disney is staying in tune with the general social media buzz that people like. So you can find different colored walls and different pattern walls and things all throughout the parks. Got the monorail coming back through again. Seems to come through every 15 minutes or so.
It's like 5 hours. It sounds like my son saying.
Again, the restrooms are still open over here to the left. Try not to have a collision there with the scooter, because I don't think I would win that. I actually got ran over with a scooter once with my foot, and it was go Tribe.
Go Tribe.
Guy wearing a Cleveland Indians shirt, of course. Being from the Cleveland area, gotta love that stuff. Browns, Cavs, and Indians. So you can see this is all walled off over here. You do have the entrance to Spaceship Earth. It was actually 50 minutes when I first walked in, and it is tapered down now to 15 minutes. So that's pretty cool. But this is your only access into the park right now, is over to the right. Over to the left here, you can see this is all fenced off. They're doing a lot of construction over there. Then you have the massive area that's walled off right here. And there really is no access, so you can't get over to the left at all. They just have the picture spot where Pluto is set up over here. But all of this main area is fenced off now, because they have all the construction going on there. They're going to be putting the new greenery, the fountains. It's going to be really pretty when you come through here. There's a small crane kind of working in the area back there right now. You really can't see it. So, you know, Disney has to do their best with what they have to work with. They're good at redirecting crowds. They're good at figuring out what space they need to do and work on and direct people into another space, and then, you know, finish that space and then move them over to the new space. And it's got to be a difficult thing when you have thousands, you know, upon thousands of people coming through the parks on a daily basis, and you're trying to do all this construction to try to work around it. Disney, I think, does an amazing job with what they do. So thumbs up to them for that. But, you know, it is what it is. You come in here and there's all this stuff going on. It's just something you need to be aware of. So if you want to come and experience this, still come to Disney and have a great time, which you still can, or you can work around it if you want to schedule your vacation a little further out. So a lot of this stuff will hopefully be done by that time, but this looks to be a pretty multi-year project coming up, so you're going to see this for quite some time. You know, like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm sort of an advocate of coming here to experience this stuff. I really like to see the changes as we go through. You know, maybe it's a little easier for me because I can come here, you know, multiple times and see this, you know, throughout the course of the year. For somebody who's just planning a vacation and they're coming here, you know, for one time, maybe they're one time in their life, you know, this might be a little bit of a bummer for them. So you just kind of take those things into consideration when you're planning your trip. You know, what's right for you, what you really want to see. Again, very, very cool wall here. I'd love to have that mural painted on my wall somewhere in my house. That Epcot logo, very, very cool. Spaceship Earth is still here, though. You know, this isn't going anywhere. This is always going to be an amazing icon here at Epcot, here at Walt Disney World. Always a lot of fun. Hey, Johnson. Hello, hello, hello. Disney Lori, thank you so much for being here. Good afternoon. Thanks for the live look at Epcot. You are very, very welcome. Just starting to wrap it up here. Did all through Future World. We will come back to do Festival of the Arts and see some of the construction that might be going on back in World Showcase here in the near future. Like I said, my buddy Michael is going to be joining me as well. He did a lot of work over on Theme Park Brothers, has some stuff going on, but he's going to start coming over to help again with Passport to the Parks. Awesome guy, he's been a really good friend, and you guys are going to love his experiences as well. Really knowledgeable at Disney. Just another Disney nut, loves all this stuff like I do, and like most people do. But, you know, we'll try to branch out a little bit, give you guys a little more, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Sometimes you just can't think of it. A little more variety of people coming through here. So hopefully you guys will enjoy that. But this is your only exit right now. Entrance and exit is all over to the right. They did have the Disney photographers out here, but probably because of the little bit of rain that we had, they have gone in, but you still can't get your, they do, I'm sorry, they just moved back under the awning here a little bit, so you can still get your Spaceship Earth picture, no problem. There's another photographer over there as well. Disney Lori, thank you so much, $9.99 Super Chat. Howdy, Rob. Do they have the Legacy moved yet? I understand it will be outside the entrance. I'm not sure if they've actually constructed it on the outside. From what I've heard as well, it's supposed to go over to where the restrooms were over on that side. I don't know if they've actually moved it over there. You know, we can take a walk over there. I doubt if they've probably started to add those yet. As far as I know, it's not going to be anything like it was. They're not going to have the pillars and everything. Just from what I've heard, it's going to be something small just to sort of keep those pictures that they had, one of which is mine. Thank you. Have a great day. We had a great picture done, my wife and I, back in like 98 or 99. One of the first times we ever came here. But from what I've heard, it's supposed to be somewhere, I don't know if it's supposed to be somewhere over here or somewhere in this area, if they do it at all. This is just one of the things that I've heard. I haven't seen anything official for that yet. Doesn't look like they've done anything so far. That's probably a very low priority for them right now. You know, they have so many other things going on. And the rain's starting to pick up a little bit more here. Disney Lori, missed seeing your pictures when they did in 1999, the last visit. Yeah, we still have the little cell that they gave us. When you had the picture done, they give you a little cell of the picture. And I still have that, so it's kind of cool that we still have the picture. It's just a funky, digitized kind of picture. You know, nothing too clear or anything, but it's just that whole Disney vibe. You know that your face was immortalized on a piece of Disney history for quite some time, and hopefully it'll still be immortalized out here for quite a while. So, all right. So I think that's our update for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. A lot of stuff going on here at Epcot. Even more construction than I originally thought was actually going to happen through here. So they really have a lot of stuff walled off and a lot of stuff closed down. So personally, you know, if you're picking, if you had one choice to go to a park, I would probably choose the Magic Kingdom right now. It's still one of my favorite parks, and there's just a lot of stuff open there. There's not a whole lot of construction going on outside of Tron. Hopefully I'm not too choppy here. But Epcot, you know, as you can see, there's a ton of stuff going on here. So if you want to come and experience it, that's great. Epcot still is a wonderful park. World Showcase is still beautiful, and you know, it is what it is. Hollywood Studios, a little bit of construction going on, but obviously Rise of the Resistance is over there, so that's a lot of fun. And Animal Kingdom, not a whole lot of construction there, so that's a great park as well. I would avoid Epcot just for a little while, just to try to get through some of the construction and all that. That's if you only had one choice, so that's just a personal opinion. You guys need to make that decision for yourselves. But hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it was helpful. As always, thank you so much for being here. I truly, truly appreciate it. Disney Lori, thank you so much for that super chat. And Rational Pragmatist, thank you for your super chat as well. Very, very generous. Always awesome. And until the next time, in fact, Michael and I are going to do something pretty cool tomorrow. I don't think we're going to do it live. We're going to do some recorded videos with some Skyliner stuff and have a lot of fun doing that. So look for that in the near future as well. Until then, you guys have a great day. Visit passporttotheparks.com. See all kinds of great information there. And that's it. Until the next time. Bye-bye, guys.